Beatrix is already strong right now.
We're surprised she wasn't touched at all in the last
True.
match.
Okay, so on the side of Omega, they pick up the Grok yet again. Great clearance, great source of information. The Grok might struggle just a little bit on that Faramis, but they nerfed his healing a little bit.
Yeah.
So as long as Omega are there to follow up the knockups from Chaknu, it should be good. Now the response here for RSG, they still need... I wonder if they're gonna make this actually a position for
Faramis.
instead of a roam.
If it's light or aqua.
Yeah, so they can actually pick up a roam here. They didn't ban the Atlas, so they might be grouping a lot together. Akai is still gone.
Boys. Something
Okay.
tells me here that it is going to be a roamer, sorry, a mid lane, I meant, Faramis, because of the fact that you want to give Aqua some range. And if you make it a roaming Faramis, that means Aqua has to lean in on it. So now they go off of Aqua. They go off Aqua and Nats. Sorry, Aqua and Light.
So now with the lineup that we saw here on the side of RSG, Omega.
Already, Omega at match point. How is RSG going to bounce back? Is it with this lineup here, these 5 heroes?
Let's see, because this lineup coming in from RSG gives a lot of, let's say, early to mid-game power spike with a late-game, let's just say a little bit of late-game spikes through that Clint. But then again, early to mid-game is going to be so important for RSG.
It's going to be an X factor here. Who can handle the map better? Esmeralda or the Masha? Renjo or Nats? We saw Renjo struggle early on against the Esme, but then at some point, around 4 or 5 minutes in, or maybe 5 to 7 minutes in, Renjo said, I'm not going to face you, I'm going to spread the map out. Let's see how well RSG can control the map this time around against Omega.
Game number 2 starts with a babysitting gold lane.
Oh no! Flicker Chaknu has to flicker away with him! Here goes Eman! He's like, oh, the push is what the hell? That is such a mamba play! Aqua's blood goes to the Faramis. The help from Aqua more than enough to even make Kelra bleed. RSG taking first blood.
It may have taken a huge rotation, but RSG walked away with the pot there. They got the kill, and they're all the more better for it. It gives Eman, again, a little bit of charisma, a little bit of mojo.
He just stood there menacingly. That was what Chaknu did.
But he died anyways. But again, they can afford to do that.
And the interesting thing for me is, it's like, Chaknu and Light had a mind link of, okay, we'll do the same thing. That was a double lane gold start. So, if ever Light was the one who didn't go into the gold lane and roamed around, that purple buff would have been reset potentially and delayed Ryzen from farming. But no, both roamers just went, okay, for the first wave, we're gonna go with our gold laners. Very interesting start.
Yeah, to be fair, the junglers did not mirror each other. One started in the orange, one started with purple, and now this leaves Turtle at 50-50 priority. The first Turtle here at 2 minutes. Actually, neither team has a prime position. There's a skirmish in mid.
Yeah, and look at the bat speed slow coming in from Etomax. That is massive to save Chaknu's life there. Almost RSG went in for Chaknu, but looks like they're gonna find Nats first. Nats gonna go in, gets pulled in by the Molten Sights, but looking at that pull, Chaknu already half HP. Sanguine Claws lands, Bat's Impact forces Aqua, popping that Cult Altar. That's already 2 immortalities out there. But looks like Nats will be taking down one first. That's 2 kills for Omega already. Oh! He's gonna go down as well. RSG taking 3 kills in that fight.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Very similar draft for Omega from game number 1. This time around, RSG have learned.
RSG song, but this time he got a taste of Shotgun and Kelra.
Yeah, Kelra's shotgun.
Kelra's shotgun is what
really...
Yeah.
He even burned the flicker as far as I know. No, he didn't.
He didn't.
Holy
it was
hell.
a dash. It was just a dash.
It came for free. The Filipino savage is doing savage things. But in the chaos of all that happening, the past 3 minutes, RSG are barreling away. They're about 2,000 gold ahead, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. 2,000 gold ahead. And there is a buff steal away by Demon Kite.
Yeah. And this is something that's very interesting to see. RSG looks like they're activated right now. Just about 1 minute in. A great TikTok play coming in from Light already.
And what I like about RSG is that they are very proactive right now. They're not just waiting in shrubs, potential areas where Omega would pass, get a hook, and then we'll set a play. No, they're really aggressively roaming around. Light is throwing those hooks. Right now, he's 100% kill participation. So he's really part of everything that's been happening right now against Omega. He's setting the tempo with how he's positioning himself in the map.
Yeah, and here in the top side, we do see a fight that's not really going to go in as planned.
Again, it goes to Omega's benefit if this game goes a little slower.
Yes.
So they understand the assignment here. They know what needs to happen. RSG are going to continue to force the issue. Chaknu getting a little better at dodging those hooks. Light is still on point, though.
It has to be. If Omega can't slow this down, as you said, Leo, it's going to be really hard for Omega to sweep RSG. And RSG right now, they're on a rampage.
Light is just going wherever Chaknu is. A great block there on the snipe by Kelra, making sure Emma doesn't take any damage. But, oh, this is an aggressive move by Omega.
Huge rotation.
Oh!
Almost a big play here coming in from the Mamba. Flickers are burnt though, and they're gonna try to continue this siege as the Turtle will be taken down here by Demon Kite. Half HP on the Turtle, that's 2 people on the side of RSG. Look at the hook on the Filipino Savage. Goodbye to you. That's the Turtle and a kill for
He
RSG.
gets squished. Those huge rotations by Omega eventually are going to bite them in the behind. I feel like they're at 50-50 right now. They're of two minds. Do we buy time or do we buy gold and resources for the Filipino Savage so we can get items and eventually buy that half of the map for us?
Yeah, but now they're gonna be delayed. They have to play more carefully here. Chaknu has to find a way to not be so read like a book, like an open book by Light. Because Light is just seeing wherever he's going. That information is key because Omega needs Chaknu to help set things up. See, Light even already has that feeling there. If he threw a hook right now, of course he didn't, but if he threw it then, Chaknu would have gotten caught out.
And to think, a couple of years ago, this was but a dream come true for Light. To be toe-to-toe, standing toe-to-toe with the Mamba against one of the greatest tank players.
Who is now the captain and will be calling the shots here for RSG.
Oh, no.
It looks like they're gonna call for the Filipino Renzo. 2 HP blocks already down. Look at RSG just going in for the XP later of Omega, and he's gonna go down in his own lane.
Wait, but the showstopper did exactly what he wanted. Look at Kelra down bottom.
Oh,
He's pushing that lane, and there's mid as well gonna go down.
That's a
my
riot goal.
Look at the cross-map play, but looks like a team fight will be forced down here in mid lane. Sang Cost doesn't land. It looks like the Cult Altar will be enough to make them stay in that place. The push coming in from Omega is successful.
That is exactly how you play against the Cult Altar. You understand the fact that it is a dive move. There's 2 things you can do with Cult Altar. One is save yourself or force a team fight, force the issue. But look up top!
Here, the Thunderclap already burned. Ryzen going in from Light. Pulls him in with the Molten Sights, but Chaknu's trying to find here an angle. Gonna get pulled back here by Aqua, and Omega will not continue that fight.
And again, Omega are just splitting the map. They're respecting that Faramis. They're respecting the extended team fight that RSG can force because of that Cult Altar, and they are just taking towers.
Yeah, and Turtle will be going to the hands of RSG, as RSG is starting to have a good grasp of the early game here. We talked about this earlier, Leo. It's the early to mid for RSG.
And for Omega, they have to play past the 12-minute mark. Yes, they can win skirmishes, and they can buy part of the map. And with that, they might actually cut it down to maybe 10 minutes. We might see an actual game in 10 minutes. For now, top lane is where they want to make a move next. That's why they're sending 5 men there.
Yeah, and Light almost walked into his death there. Good thing he told himself, no, we're going left today.
And that's another turret for Omega, and see, just like that, after Omega found a way to recover, again, it's what we mentioned. Leave Renjo alone, and we will just find wins elsewhere. It was a double lane split. They took down mid, they took down bot. Now RSG, because, again, the mid lane tower is so important, they have to be a little bit more careful with how they rotate and they position themselves, because Omega aren't afraid to position aggressively like how Kelra and Chaknu are positioning now.
But again, it's that same aggression that may have given Omega a start-stop early game. They have to lean in on this, and so far, I don't think 4 turrets are going to buy him that. It's not quite the time just yet.
And Sanguine Claws wouldn't really land here. Omega, they're trying to
good
buy
read.
time for this, but another great hook from the Season 9 MVP. Light makes another play, but look at the Filipino Savage! And the damage is real! Light goes down, Kelra still alive! Look at the damage coming in from the Filipino! It's there! The gold laner from RSG scores a double kill, Ammon strikes back!
Not quite yet. This is disastrous, but it could have been worse. But the answer is not quite. Kelra! He survives an ambush from Nats!
And now Chaknu is trapped between three walls. That is a mega kill for the Karina. Demon Cut with his 4th kill of the game.
And that opens up the Lord for RSG. Omega faced what they were trying to avoid. They said, you know what, let's give this a shot. But the Cult Altar by RSG, the timing by Aqua was exquisite. A free Lord, 9 minutes and 30 seconds in.
He flowed so well with the team fight. He understood when to pull the ult, and he did it at the perfect time. Omega had an answer. Tit for tat. 2 for 1, if you will, but that one is what Omega is holding on for. They're not quite done and out just yet. They still have those tier 2 turrets. Again, I think the right call here is to just play the map once more. It's not a team fight game just yet.
Yeah, it's something that they need to extend. It's a game that they need to put around the 15-minute mark, or as you said, Leo, just after 12 minutes. They're running a Sicilian. They have damage on Kelra already, but that doesn't mean that they can win team fight straight up. And look at Light. Hooks that apply pressure and make game-winning plays. That is why he's the Season 9 MVP.
If I may say, that was beautiful combo wombo play. The jump in by Nats confirming that there was someone there plus the hook. I don't know what came first. It's a chicken and the egg situation.
Yeah. It almost happened at the same time. The moment that landed, Light was like, all right, I'm gonna time it right with you. The hook was already flying when we saw E2max get immobilized by the falling star moon.
Yeah, they were in the zone that time. When S10 got caught, it was already a team fight won by RSG, but a great turnaround play coming in from OMG balanced it out a little bit. But right now, RSG is just putting down immense pressure onto the side of Omega.
About a minute and a half until the next Lord comes through.
Oh,
it will be
Kelra.
enhanced. Look at Kelra! Oh!
Risky.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Big
the
play here!
conceal!
But look at the Cold Altar saving everybody on the side of RSG. This may be massive here for RSG. Can they win this team fight? That's a suppressive Kelra. But Light goes down with a max impact. S10 is just in a sublime position here. But look at Nats. He's in front of 2 people. Max impact with that, but he has to go out. That's 3 people from the side of Omega just trying down Nats. And he's gonna go out. That's safety for him. The 1 kill for Omega.
Omega says not today to the god of death. And it's gameplay like that. It's moments like that that'll buy you time to eventually get to the late game. But now RSG, it's their game to lose. They're 6K ahead. Eman, the MSC 2022 MVP, is pulling so much weight. Yes, that's Aqua on the Cult Altar, but none of this would happen. None of the burst would come through if Eman wasn't on point.
Yeah, and I want to mention here what Light did there. I don't know if it was Sixth Sense, if it was his call, using the conceal to check the shrub together. Of course, when you're the Matrix in that situation, Kelra, you're not going to try to aim the shotgun. You're just going to press it right away. But the moment he pressed concealed, it gave RSG opening to actually dodge a bit of the damage that the shotgun can deal.
Mitigate.
Mitigate that damage.
Oh no! He walled it and Renzo got pulled back, and now he's gonna go with a little bit of detour. That's already a suppress coming in, but look at the damage coming in from Kelra! That's 1 person down, that's Light going down again. Altar was there. They need to switch to Nats. They're gonna go for Nats. Caught an Inferno, it's Pop, and they will not fight anymore. Omega with the turnaround play.
See the stop and go, respecting the ultimates. Cult Altar goes up, Omega stays away. Quadrant Inferno of Ryzen goes up, RSG stays away. Great respect and control that these 2 teams are showing.
And now it looks like it's an even Lord. Safe to say and fair enough to assume that both teams have a 50-50 approach to this. Light's making his way down.
He's running. He's running.
It's a 50-50
Can
who's
we
gonna
reach
secure
it?
the Lord. The Lord will be taken down by Ryzen. They had to go out of here alive if they want to, but looks like they're gonna go for the fight. Nats and Renzo both pulling the weight of each other's teams, but Kelra's already in a significantly low HP. Renzo's the first one to go down. Look at the burst damage coming in from RSG, but the Lord is already there. 4 people alive on the side of the former Kings of C, and they might just be able to take this Lord without anything happening.
Renzo, the showstopper, the commando, the 2-time MPL champion, making the great sacrifice. But no, Omega's not done. They might want to force the issue here.
It's just a Lord. that's gonna be taken down almost immediately upon spawn. Omega, they got something, lost one, and they weren't able to play around that Lord.
Still down 5k though. Let's check out the items.
Okay, Eman is set right now though. That Wind of Nature, once he gets that, RSG will be a little bit more fearless in how they're gonna engage the fights because you don't have to worry about Kelra dealing the damage, Renjo and Ryzen as well. So, Wind of Nature right now, the moment Eman builds that, I won't be surprised if RSG just go absolutely fearless and just try to force a fight against OMG.
I am really excited to see whether or not RSG could force another team fight here, because the last time they tried to do so, the counterattack coming in from Omega just deleted Light almost immediately. The problem with the Franco, especially if you go aggressive, is you also put yourself in danger.
And so far it's been 50-50 for Light. Past couple of pickoffs from Omega that have been somewhat instrumental to their recovery were on Light. So with that being said, this could be a lethal face check. Demon Kite spots Chaknu, not quite just yet. Both teams understand that a wipeout at this point could be the game ender. And I'm saying that not just for RSG, but even for Omega.
Yeah, this is a, I think, veteran leadership on both sides.
Oh,
even if you could say that RSG is way younger, they are playing to the par of champions that they are.
Oh, they are. They're definitely not just in MPL Philippines, but on the world stage, and that's their next mission. They want to prove that they are worthy of being the best in the world, going on to M4, but that's neither here nor there. We're at the beginning. We're at the starting point of MPL Season 10, and it looks like OMG have gone back. They've reset very well. I think the fact that they're letting the waves come through and they're sticking as 5 shows that it's very clear for them what the 15-minute mark means.
Yeah, and it's great that RSG continuously apply the pressure in every lane, because now Renjo doesn't have a lot of room to work with in terms of splitting the map and apply pressure like that. After the split push that Omega did at some point in the mid-game, RSG said, you know what, we really have to handle our waves better, and now they're handling it really well. So Omega are forced to rotate around as 5 and try to fight out around there. But now RSG have perfect positioning around this Lord. They decide to give it up just a little bit though, but this is information for Omega. It's pretty much at this point pro players know that high chance so many people in the mid shrubs. So Omega will try to avoid that, and they'll get Renjo, Ryzen, maybe not Ryzen, Renjo and Chaknu to check those positionings.
We're waiting for Renjo to pick up his immortality, given the last item check. That'll definitely buy more time for Omega, but RSG, they have everything they need. All of it. Look at even Aqua, dude, he has an immortality!
Yeah, and immortalities are so important at this phase of the game.
Oh, RSG pulls
Playing it
Overlord to his side. Yes, both teams have to be cautious here. They have to protect each other.
Oh no!
Force a cold altar!
Oh no, Chaknu, it might just be costly. As you said, Renmar, that's the suppress on the Chak Mamba. He's gonna get pulled down, but the wild charge! Can they follow it up, people? Can they follow it up? The Chaknu going down. Nats is on the backside, and Kelra is already low on HP, and he's gonna go down as well. Look at Ryzen though, he's mauling down one, but looks like Eman is still alive. Back, Simpack will be taking him down. Etomax trying to kite around, but it's not gonna save him for the Sanguine Claws, and Renzo, he has to run away. Immortality will buy him a little bit of time, but as he survives, he gets pulled back. That's a double kill for Nats, and nobody on the side of Omega is alive.
5 seconds, still the Mamba. Can he alone defend? That is the big question. That's gonna be the top lane taken down. Inhibitor gonna go. I do believe we still have a ball game.
Yeah. A Faramis, a Franco, and an Esmeralda walked into a base. This isn't a setup for a joke, but those 3 together cannot end the game like that. Yeah. Especially with more members of Omega coming in. It is going to be another positioning battle for the Lord. As we look back at that instant replay, what are we looking at exactly here? Oh, that knock-up that we sort of missed out a little bit. They just couldn't follow it right in time. But also, the question is about the sustainability that RSG had. They had a lot of sustainability there. So, of course, even if Omega, the Bat's impact damage is already online. Chaknu is in a great position, and Kelra, a very aggressive one. Meanwhile, RSG will be the ones. He's gonna go for lightning! And he's gonna take down the Season 9 MVP! The filler
Filipino savage goes in, and Chaknu, he smells blood. The Mambo! Oh, man, stun! Backs it back, destroys one. Eman is gone, and now the Cobalt are only buying them time. Demon Kite will ask to go back here. Aqua, he's gonna die as well. That's 3 people down from the side of RG, and that will be the 4th one to go down. Demon Kite goes in. Oh, Demon Kite, a big fight. Demon Kite! He's scared, he can't get the reset. Rex, Aqua, he's gonna go in, Ryzen. Can he actually finish this? Kelra, gonna go in for a shot, and that's a wipeout for Omega.
It's over! Ladies and gentlemen, ring the bell! Off the back of single-handedly taking this team fight, almost the Filipino Savage buys RSG a little bit of time.
But RSG will be able to defend this. It looks like they can defend it. Eman 4 seconds away. Aqua 7 seconds away. Can RSG hold on here?
It's a Season 9 MVP. Is this the game-ending play here coming in from Omega? He's gonna fall down once again. Renzo Eman gonna all in, but Kelra's on. Omega sweeps RSG.
We open Season 10 with an upset victory. Season after season, Omega, the Barangay have been denied a win, but now they open with a bang.